All right, I'm back out on the river. Water dropped a bunch more overnight, so I'm gonna look where it dropped down. I've already looked it up here, so hopefully I can get onto something. See, there's fire rock exposed. There's gonna be something here, maybe. Keep it on here for a second and look this little area right here. I gotta get down there and mock soon. I don't have one big hip waders today. I'm just surface hunting. It's cold and snowy and terrible. Well, anyway, I'll get back if I see anything. Later. All right, here's a little bit more in depth on this. We've had water. That's why I haven't been looking a lot for arrowheads, because the water's been way above this bank, way up in the top, way over this, 20 feet of water on me. Where everything's washed, you can see the layers starting here. This is on, I would say that grade's about like that, and I'm looking at this level, so that's about the grade to the base of the bank. What's happening is the waves will come up and wash it, and it'll come down and settle just like a gold sluice box. That's the principle you want on rivers. And this is not a fast moving river, it's a dammed river. There's not a lot of current in it, so the stuff just pretty much falls down and then gets sluiced down into the gravel, and then basically just gets washed out into the river and away and destroyed after a while. But it can lay here on the beach for a long time, years in fact, but eventually it is 100% gonna wash away. But I'm looking down here in this sluiced out area. You can see the waves coming in here today, and you can see the fire rock getting exposed. This is how I found that point yesterday, just walking through this stuff real fast and surface hunting it, because you can't sift here or nothing. Everything's just, you see how I'm sinking. It's just a horrible mucky mess. But you can see it's nice kind of soil coming out, sand from the sand layer in the bank, and there's potential every day for something. I found a couple little flakes so far away back there. We'll see if I can't come up with something here real quick before I go metal detecting. We're gonna do that later too. Definitely find something doing that, so you'll get to see something today. Well, anyway, I'll get back at you later. All right, folks, I'm back. I had to hurry up and get pictures of this one that's right in the wash. I've been walking like 20 minutes, but I got something sticking out here, and you can see I'm right on the edge of the river, and it's coming up. You can see all this stuff fanned out up in here. There's a flake right there. Tip my finger. All this stuff's getting pulled down, and right here I've got an arrowhead laying out. Flip her out, see what we got. Oh man, this is a dandy again. Another artifact, folks. Oh man, that's beautiful material too. It looks like real patinated Crooksville chert. Oh wow, that's nice. It's an Amos. It's just not a real serrated one. It's been sharpened. Probably serrations are worn off. Man, it's nice. Real ground rocker base. Dandy. Later. Yeah, more evidence coming out of the bank. You can see this looks all muddy, but it's starting to get sluiced down right in here. Little flake of real pretty rose red colored flint. Real nice little flake from the manufacturer or something. An ancient artifact. Later. This is where I found that serrated point laying out yesterday. I think it was right up in there. Man, this cut was clear, the wall was clear out to here. This one went back this far in the last high water. Caved this all in. There's a big mound of dirt here. It's hard to tell what's here. I don't see nothing else, but it sure looks good. There's not a lot of stuff here. Piece of fire rock there, one here. You can see evidence of it. Not a lot of material. It's probably all sunk in it. But anyway, I'll get back if I see anything good. I'm going metal detecting a little bit, so I'll find all kinds of stuff. All right, here's what we got on this walk. I think this piece is a really patinated piece of banded slate. It looks like it has some working in it, but it's just destroyed. Little flake of that translucent green river pebble. That's Coshocton flint, and I'd say that's black Kanawha. And I got a nice Arrowhead, and I'm leaning towards this Crooksville chert, but it's just a really heavily patinated Crooksville. It lightens up in like that. I have other pieces of it and I find it all the time, so I would guess that's what it is. Pretty successful trip. Got a late start on it today. Pretty tired. My hands are all chewed up. I'm bleeding again, but I'm gonna go home, wipe off, and get a nice cold drink and head in the woods and try to find some old shotgun shells, so you get extra treats today and get to see pictures of all that stuff too, and hopefully I can find a real old coin or something cool later. All right, I'm back. I got something here on the side of this hill. I'm on close to the hill I was at where I was finding all the head stamps. I've never been on it before. I'm going to see if it's loaded too, but I got a rifle cartridge here. I'll show you what it's ringing up. Like 66 to 68, and I already pinpointed it. It saves time. I've been finding a lot of stuff. I'll get it cleaned up and take pictures. It's not a real old one, I don't figure, but it's got a little bit of age to it. You can see the nice patina on it. It's got stamped something too, so we'll be able to see what this is later. Yeah, from what this is the first flat on the hill above the creek that I walked up on, and it's just loaded with targets. So this is just as good as the other hill. All of them are going to be good. Got a nice hit here in the ground. This is probably a head stamp, don't know, but I got it out. It's jumping for 30 to 50 to 70. That's typical of a shell. Some of the ones I find anyway. Huh. Oh, it's a musket ball, I think. Oh, it is. And it's a dropped one. And it is an old one. I can see the nipple on it where it was cut off and it's dropped. It's a perfect one. Man, it's nice. Real heavy lead. Well, anyway, later. Alright, I just started getting towards the top half of the hill and I just got my first head stamp. I haven't really been able to look too much because it's been really steep, but got up in a good cleared off area. We'll clear this off here now. I need to take a drink break. I'm really thirsty. I'll get this cleaned off and show you later. Alright, I have this one already, but it has the paper in it and it's nice condition. It says Western at the top, Field at the bottom, and number 12. It's an old one. It's a pretty one. It'll look nice in the display. I'm gonna get with it and start digging holes and see how many I can get later. All right, I got another shell here. I believe it was ringing up in the 50s. Let me get it cleaned off and I'll show you what it is later. It's one of these Winchester new rival ones. I'm not going to clean it up anymore. I found like 60 of these in the last 2 days actually. Later. Alright folks, I just got an awesome shell. It's got one of the designs on it. It's one of the new clubs with the star, and it's way better than the other one that I have. It's got a black patina on it. I'll show you what it's ringing up. Beautiful old one. 58, 59 repeating, and right here it is. I haven't really wiped it off much, but it's got the star around it right in the middle. Well, I'm going to clean it up a little bit and I'll show you here in just a second later. I'm about, I don't know, 30 steps away from where I found that old new club with the star on it. Nice repeating high 50s to mid 60s signal right there. Let me get it out and I'll show you what it is. Could be an old one later. Alright, then have this one. It's in nice shape. It's got some grooves around it. It says Federal 16 gauge high power. I have a Federal high power, but I don't have the 16 gauge, so there's another one for the collection. Look how clear that one is. Nice find. Later. All right, I'm back. I got something right here at the surface. See it? Right there. Let me get it cleaned off. Looks like an old one. Later. Alright, this one's really, I'll have to do some more cleaning of this. I can't even get it brushed off. It's really patinated and really aged. But there's writing on it, but it's got a film on it. Later. Alright, folks, I'm back. I'm walking out a new flat of a hill, and I got I think a different type. It's one of them redhead cartridges, and I've only found one, and this one says long range on it. I'll show you what it's ringing up. It's a nice one. It's very legible and clear. 59 to 61. It seems like the good ones are ringing up right in that range. You can see it there. It says redhead across the top, 12 gauge. I think it, let me see, long range, or I'll show pictures later. All right, I got a pretty nice hit right in here. Pretty nice view here. I'm out on a point way in the woods. I'll get this out and we'll see what it is later. It's a fire bullet of some kind. There's the bottom of it and it's smashed. Well, anyway, later. Alright, I just got another cool one right in that hole right out on this point with the Garrett Ace 400. It's one of them UMC company at the top, new club, and it's got either the flower or the star design in the middle. I'll have to look at it more. Plus it's got some of the original brass coating still on it. You can see it, it looks like gold. It's awesome. I'll show up pictures and an undug example as well. It's an old paper shell. It's a cool one. Okay, I got another one right here. Got it exposed right below this rock face on this point. That's a cool rock, and it looks like a pillar. It's got a freestanding one on top of it. But anyway, we'll extract this one here real quick. Let me get it wiped off, and I'll see what, if it's anything good, I'll show you what it is, or probably just at the end. It looks like a Winchester one. I think it is. New rival. I'll get it cleaned up when I get home. Later. Alright, I'm right up on top of the point above this rock face now. You can see it there, that pillar sticking up. And right here in this hole, I dug another Sears and Roebuck. It says S&R, S.R. and Co. Extra range 12 gauge. I have one of these, but this one's really nice, man. Really nice condition. Sears and Roebuck. That's got to be old. Later. Alright, I got a couple modern shells. I just dug this Winchester Western 12 gauge. It was pretty deep. They started making these plastic ones in 1960. So all these paper ones are pre-1960. And I got this 20 gauge one that's weird. It says HORNA something on the top and then 20 gauge at the bottom. I'd say they both have some age to them. They were buried under leaves and stuff. That's not what I'm looking for, but these were just kind of interesting ones, and it gives you a little history on the pieces. Well, I'm off to the next hole. I'm not going to stay a whole lot longer. I found some cool ones already. Later. These ones I don't have to dig much for. I will do live. It's right on top, that loud buzz. Right there. Didn't know what this is. Looks like a cool one. I'll get it cleaned off, see what it is later. Alright, I've found these before, but this is nice condition. It says number 12 at the top, made in the USA. It's stamped U and S on each side, and it says Defiance, and it's very clear, and it's an old paper one. And it's got a crimp design around the edge there. You can see it. Nice find. Later. All right, I'm back. I'm trying to make it to my car and I'm digging signals all the way down the hill. I'll let you listen to this. It looks like a real old one by the lettering on it. I'll have to get it cleaned up, but I'll let you listen to it before I do. Nice 60 to 62, and it looks like it's nice shape, and I'll get it wiped off so we can read it, and I'll be right back. Later. It looks like a real old one. Later. Alright, it is a pretty old one. It says U period M period C period CO company, UMC company, new club 12. I've found these before, but it's pretty nice. Old one, paper one. Later. Alright, I got a hit right in here. It's right on top. Let's see if we can't. Well, right there, look at that. Right under the leaves. A lot of these are right on top. Let me get it cleaned off. I can't tell what it says. Later. And it says Winchester at the top, number 12 in the middle, and repeater at the bottom. Pretty nice condition, very legible. Later.